Hey everyone, so after 2 or 3 years, I finally did a new custom transformer, a custom painted transformer, and he's Transformer Steelbane from Transformers The Last Night. So it took me a week to paint this guy, and the idea I was going for this figure is going for like an undead or evil version of Steelbane, where he's overall much more darker, much more heavier, as you can see with his overall look. Other notable parts which shows this concept, I think, would be like his head, his sword, and his wings as well. So how I did all this thing, is basically I washed him with like 3 or 4 layers of silver, because it took that much silver to fully paint this guy enough for me to paint other colors on him. And after that, I smudged the entire Steelbane figure with black to really dial down the silver a lot, to make sure he doesn't look anything like a knight in shiny armor, but rather like a dark knight or something like that, or maybe like the Nazguls from Lord of the Rings or something like that. Yeah, and after that, I added some, very little bits of red, green, and gold to sort of add more variations to his armor, just so that it wouldn't look too flat, too boring to look at, especially if I were to look at him from afar. Yeah. So as for his sword and his wings, I kind of did things a little bit differently. Like for his sword, I first washed the sword entirely with silver, of course, but for the blade, I washed it with red, and then I coated the external parts of the blade as well as the handle of the sword with black afterwards, to give it this final look. So this look was heavily inspired by the Devil May Cry sword Dante, which I thought was the most badass looking demonic sword that I've ever seen, and I'm glad it really worked on Steelbane's sword. So yeah, as for Steelbane's wings, I first coated the wings with silver, about like 2-3 layers, because the initial gray skin of Steelbane's wings was just really thick again. And then I coated the membranes of the wings with red, and then coated the external parts of the wings with silver afterwards. So as you can see, there's there's red inside the inner linings of the wings, at the membranes here. And then I added smudges of black to give it this overall very dirty, gross, bloody, somewhat bloody type of look to Steelbane's wings. So yeah, and I think that's all I can talk about what I've done to Steelbane's, in his robot mode. And let's just go to his dragon mode now. So his dragon mode, there isn't really much to talk about what I've painted to get this look on Steelbane in his dragon mode, because it's basically the same thing as I did on his robot mode. So I'll just go into talking about how I think the color scheme has enhanced the look of the figures. So I would say that the color scheme has made Steelbane's dragon mode look more fiercer, look more like a dragon, look more like a figure on display rather than a toy, which was, of course, that's what I'm going for. Yeah, especially at the head, because when I first got Steelbane and looked at and first saw his head, I thought the head was one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen, because the head was just like a 3-piece overgrown, I don't know, the top part of the head was just really overgrown, and then the mouth, the whole head just looks basically cartoonish. But after painting Steelbane, at least he looks so much better now, rather than his previous colors. So that's why I think that this color scheme works with Steelbane really well, because he's a dragon and the color scheme looks so much fiercer, so there's that. As for his robot mode, I would think that his robot mode, Steelbane, this color scheme works really well as well, because it brought out a lot of details on his armor, like on his shoulder pads, his abs. It's very solid abs, as well as his knee guard and his head, to really enhance the details on Steelbane's design, which a lot of the details was covered by his previous skin. It seemed to be a waste, for Hasbro to do that, you know, to go with that color and mask all these very cool designs, you know. So that's why I feel that Steelbane's robot mode, this color scheme works with Steelbane's robot mode a lot as well. Okay, so that's all I can talk about this figure of my customized Steelbane. Thank you guys for watching this video. Do let me know what you think of the figure, whether you like it or hate it. Feel free to let me know, it doesn't really matter to me. And I hope to come back with you guys with another custom Transformer. So take care and see you guys.